Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, wonderful. So, before we start for today, let's understand why are we here today? Any thoughts? Anybody? Okay.
What
Any
the
thoughts? Hmm?
how the flow of the DevOps is there that you guys are offering for us,
Okay.
detailed structure about the content,
Okay.
and what are the topics we are covering
Hello.
that for,
Wonderful.
and who might
Okay.
be the trainer who will be training us. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jahar. Anybody else?
No, sir.
For
Okay.
learning.
Very good. Okay. So I think occasionally we are like, okay, like the occasion for today is like we want to actually start our journey on DevOps. Yeah, that's the occasion for today. But why we are here today? We are here to actually be part of those evolving skills which are being used today to do certain things. Okay, move from a legacy application to a modern application, move from a manual way of doing the things in a IT firm to a automate way of doing the things. Yeah, taking our careers from a slow paced IT job to a fast paced DevOps career. Yeah, and that opens lot of different avenues for us, and that's why we are here. Yeah, the motto for everybody is to learn new things, utilize this in your day-to-day job, and enhance your career perspective. That's why we are here today. Okay, so coming back. Yeah. So you know that, yeah, now whatever we are doing in today's world, everything is driven by software. Okay? Everything what we are doing is either a kind of a application on your phone or your laptop. 10 years before, that was not the case. Yeah, we were pretty much uh, content using few applications which are there available on the web portal or by using the web servers. Hmm? But now everything is moving to software. Okay. Now focus has moved to provide people with the experience of using certain things. Yeah, be it deliver, yeah, ordering something from your phone to your doorstep. Yeah, creating a software from your laptop, delivering it to the end user. Yeah, everything is software driven. Yeah, and we see so many software application which has came and moved all that was very slow paced, yeah, to fast pace. And because of this, we are able to actually move at a very fast pace. Yeah, and that has disrupted the complete IT industry. So do you agree with me? Yeah, these are the older delivery options, like you use DVDs, you use desktop, but we are moving to mode kind of a mobile devices. Yeah, more of a IoT devices, so on. Hmm? So what is going to enable us to move faster in the modern era? Yeah, so we need a tool or a system which will help us to deliver the software, release the software at a very, very fast pace. We need tools which will help us to deliver that software to the end customer by doing lot of releases of features, functionalities, and all those things. In the process, we also need to test those things. Yeah, we need to test those things for any kind of a bugs, defects early in the life cycle of those software releases. And to use those codes, use those softwares, we need to deploy those as an application which will be consumed by people. Hmm? Okay, so that's why we need. Okay, so before that, okay, before we do that, we need to understand certain processes. Yeah, when we are actually releasing our application, what are the different phases which you will encounter as you go along. There are 4 phases which generally a kind of a developer or a, let's say, DevOps engineer will encounter. First is the source. What is this source? This is your code. This is your application code. Then you use that application code to build certain, certain Docker images, or certain systems. You test those things and then you deploy those to the end users. Okay. In the process, we do many things. As we move on, we'll see a lot many things. Okay. So what we do, we build an application using Python, Java, Ruby, all those things. We do something called as check-in. What is check-in? Check-in is nothing but when you are just saying that my code is ready, I want to utilize this code to build something. In the process, you test it with your peer, you review the code, whether it is up to the mark, whether it is right, is it giving the right functionality on all those things. Yeah, you test that code by compiling it, doing some sort of a check, looking at some kind of a code quality metrics, doing some sort of a scanning on it, and all those things. Yeah, along the things, you also do some sort of a UI testing, sanity testing, functional testing, load testing, all those things. Okay, any doubt in this process? No. Okay, one thing, this today's class, you might see that I am talking lot of jargons, lot of theory. Okay, but the class is all about practical aspect. 70 to 80% we are going to do practical, and 20 to 30% we are going to do theory part. The theory is only to actually augment whatever we are learning practically. And as we go through the class, I will also tell you some tips and tricks which you need to follow when you are appearing for any DevOps interview. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir, one more thing. What about notes? Are you going to give any PDF?
Yes, we are going to give you a PDF notes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So just a minute. So during the process, okay, we are doing different things. Yeah. And if you have heard the term CI/CD, that is what we are going to do in the process, in the 4 stages of a software release. And we look at those stages and how they are going to interact with the different stages. When we are doing a continuous integration, it is nothing but we are doing a checking of our code and then building that particular application. Yeah, that is nothing but a continuous integration. And we will have a feedback loop. If there is any kind of issues, bug, we are going to again change the code, do a commit, and again use that to build the environment. Now, once we have this continuous integration in place, we will be looking to actually deliver the software to the end user, be it in the production environment, be it in the lower environment like dev, stage, QA, and eventually into the production environment. There are 2 ways how we do it. One is continuous delivery and another way is continuous deployment. Okay, so what is this 2 things? Yeah. What is this 2 things? Yeah. So this is nothing but actually the release process of your application to the production, but both has certain checks in place. Now, if I look at continuous delivery is a process where you are going to automate build, test it, and deploy when needed. Yeah, so what we will have, we will have some sort of a gatekeeper process, which is going to help us to manually check whether whatever I have done, is it right or wrong. So we are going to have some sort of a quality check in place. Yeah, so it will, we will check it, whether it can we can see whether there is an issue, or I have to review the code, and then only I'm going to release it. Okay. But we have another way. How do you deliver the software, which is nothing but a continuous deployment? In continuous deployment, what do? You automate the build, test the code, and deploy it without any kind of a checks. Now, in this case, we have a manual check. In this case, there is nothing kind of a checking manually the code, and it is completely automated. Now, I have a question for you. Which is a better approach? Anybody want to answer that? And there's no right or wrong answer for this. Let me, yeah?
Sir, continuous delivery is the right option according to me.
Okay, and why?
And the reason would be there should be some check. If what we are doing, it has to be verified
Okay,
in lower
okay,
environment.
okay. How many of you do not agree to Sitaram? Anybody? No? How many of you says that continuous deployment is the right way to do? Anybody?
Yeah, yes, sir. I agree with Sitaram.
You agree with the Sitaram?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Any other view?
Well, I think continuous delivery is okay, but there has to be something where we'll be using continuous deployment. That's why it has been launched. So there might be a prior check, though we do not do it manually, but it could be automated.
Okay, fair enough. So let me give you some background. Okay, now when we are working with application development, application release, yeah, all those things, we generally have different environment to play with. Yeah, for example, we have a QA environment where we do a lot of testing and all those things. We have a development environment where we just build something, test it out, break, overcome it, and do again. Yeah. So when we are actually working in the development environment, yeah, a lower environment, that is called as a lower environment. Do you feel that having a check would add, or it is kind of would add any pace of the software release, or it is kind of a hindrance for the software release? Is it a hindrance, or it is improving the
hindrance.
pace of release?
It's a hindrance, sir.
It's a hindrance. And do you think that hindrance is right in this lower environment?
No.
Yes. So answer is yes, it is not needed. If you are working in a lower environment, you want to continuously innovate, create new features, test it out, break it, rebuild it, and test again. So when you are actually working in the lower environment, you can go for a continuous deployment without worrying about any manual check. And that is going to help you to pace your application release cycle, and which is very much right approach to do. But when it comes to the production environment, where you are giving access to your application to the outer world, that time you need to be very much sure that whatever you are releasing to the production or to the higher environment has to be absolutely right. Otherwise, it is going to create a bad experience for people. Do you agree? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Correct. So that's why we generally use continuous deployment in the lower environment and use continuous delivery in the higher environment. Yeah. Again, that's why I said there's no right answer or a wrong answer. It again depends upon company to company use cases. Yeah. Few companies might be very much supportive in terms of doing a lot of innovation, breaking, making, yeah, checking things, and then learning from it. But some organization might be very conservative in terms of what we are breaking and what we are learning from it. Okay? Fine. So this is nothing but the difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment. In continuous delivery, we have a manual check, approvals, all those things in place. In continuous deployment, you do not have any kind of a check. It is fully automated. Yeah. So this can be one of the question in the interview. If you are going for an interview, people might ask you that what is the difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Whenever you are giving answer to anybody, try to give an example to narrate whatever you want to tell. That will actually create a good mindset in the interviewer's mind. Okay, fine. Okay, so yeah, we are not focus on this, but yes, we will understand. Okay, what are the benefits of continuous delivery? As I told you, we automate the software release process, improve developer productivity, find out the bugs quickly right in the early stage of the software development, and deliver those things faster to the end user. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I will move to this, move slightly this, but anybody understand what is a monolithic application? Huh? Monolith application, anybody want to give a try? Okay, no worries, fine. So this is nothing but a kind of a architecture pattern where you are actually building your application as a single piece of software. Single piece of software where you have backend, front end, middleware, business logic, database, everything built into a one big chunk of code. Yeah, and being used by a single team or a large team and so on. Okay, this is nothing but a monolithic application. What are the some of the characteristic that if I want to release any small feature, I have to compile the complete code, test the complete code, and it is going to take a longer time. Over a period of time, we have evolved this architecture and we have moved to something called as a microservice architecture. What is microservice architecture? In microservice architecture, what we do, we break those monolithic application into microservices, which are small modules of different applications, which makes a complete larger piece of application. So I break my front end into one microservice. I break my UI UX into one, middleware into one, backend into one, business logic into one, payment gateway into another one, and so on. Because of this, the productivity of releasing new applications, new softwares has drastically increased. Why? Because now I have to actually build a small chunk of application, compile it, and use it. Okay, that is the beauty of microservice architecture. Okay, clear? Any questions and doubt? No? Okay.
Sir, please, sir, uh, kindly refresh, just to recap the from first onwards, sir. I just entered in this last session only, last minute.
Okay. Okay, no
Please.
worries. So you have not missed anything. What we were discussing is we were discussing about the different phases of the software release, which is nothing but the source code, build, test, and deploy. These are the four stages. And we were discussing what is CI/CD. We'll come to that. Yeah, as we are just discussing other things, we will look at it. Okay. Yeah. So what happened is because of this microservice architecture, we were able to get a very fast feature release. Developers were more productive. They were able to focus on small piece of things, then integrate into a larger picture and all those things. And that's why everything has improved over a period of time. Okay. Okay. Earlier, what we were doing, we were just waiting whenever we were actually writing a code, then building it, yeah, and then deploying and then all those things. So we were all adding up to the time, yeah, and adding up to the time, it is adding to the delay, it is adding all to the life of the software release. Okay, it, yeah. Okay, so how do you actually reduce weeks and all those things into hours? Yeah, that's where different tools came into picture. Okay, and we created something called as DevOps pipelines, yeah, which will help you to actually deliver a faster, safer, containerized and standardized application, and you will be able to also visualize different stages of your application deployment using this pipeline. Yeah. Now, it can be related to AWS. Yeah. It can be related to, yeah, it can be related to any third-party tool, yeah, like Jenkins, yeah, like Circle CI and all those things. Okay. So, can we decode that continuous delivery is equal to happier developer? Yes, no? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
So before we go, I want to just show you something. Yeah. Can you see my screen again? Yeah. Different tools.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So these are the different tools which are part of the DevOps ecosystem. DevOps is nothing but actually a kind of a combination of two things. One is the developer and the operation team working together as a one team. Yeah. It's a kind of a framework. It is kind of a thing which will inculcate, yeah, activities which will help you to actually build the software faster. And for doing that, we need to use different tools, different practices, and all those things. Few of the practices which are followed is to have a kind of a source code management tool like Git. Yeah. Then you need to have some sort of a CI/CD pipeline like Jenkins, Bamboo. You need to have certain IAC tools like Terraform, Chef, Ansible. You need to have some sort of a monitoring tools, yeah, and some build tools like Maven, Gradle, and testing tools like JUnit and Selenium. So this is the complete ecosystem of DevOps tools, which is going to help you in your journey. Okay. So any questions, queries till now?
Where was Terraform shown on that chart?
It will fall under deploy. Yeah. So these are the configuration management tools like Puppet, Chef, and Ansible. It will fall under the similar category where we are going to deploy it to certain infrastructure by using ISA tool like Terraform for cloud based native tools like CloudFormation or Azure ARN template and so on. Okay. One of the principle of DevOps is to automate everything and reduce manual intervention. That's where the IAC tool like Terraform, which is infrastructure as a code, will come into picture and becomes very, very handy. Okay. Any questions, queries now?
What
So
are
for
the
config,
technology we are using in this entire journey with Learnomate?
So what we are doing, we are going to learn Git. We are going to learn Maven. We are going to learn Jenkins. We are going to learn Prometheus Grafana, Ansible, Chef, ISC tool like Terraform, Kubernetes, Docker container, yeah, and Linux, and even basic of AWS cloud. So that is going to be covered as part of this syllabus.
Okay.
Sir, one question here. Will you be teaching us like how to write a code in Ansible?
We are not going to do, I would say, much deeper into the Ansible writing code and all those things. But what we'll do, we'll create a kind of a client and a server kind of a configuration, and then we will be able to simulate any kind of a configuration management on a remote host by using the Ansible server. Yeah. So that is what we are going to do. But we are not going deep into it because each of the topic which we are showing here, they are in itself kind of a complete syllabus. Yeah, for example, Kubernetes. Kubernetes, if we go much deeper into it, it is kind of a 80 to 100 hours kind of a syllabus. Yeah, but we are not going that deeper into it. But we will have good enough practical on Kubernetes so that you understand what is the deployment, what are the services, how when to use a certain declarative way of doing it, imperative way of doing it, how do you build your name, how do you create namespaces, how do you build application using the Kubernetes. So we'll see that. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
How many projects we are covering among in this journey?
So we will have almost 5 to 6 projects which I am going to give over a course of this class. I will ask all of you to actually apply whatever knowledge we are going to learn in this class and complete those projects. Yeah. Apart from this, I have multiple other projects which I share, but again we don't what you can say, do that here in the class, but you can do it on your own as well based upon the whatever the learnings we are do, because each project which we are going to do is going to consume a lot of time. Yeah, but what we are going to do, we are going to do 5 6 projects in our class, and which will give a good understanding of whatever learnings we are going to do.
The time period?
We are going to have almost 60 hours of class for all these things, almost more than that as well. Again, it depends upon your pace, your understanding, your learning appetite. Yeah. So that's about it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else?
What will be covered from the AWS side?
So AWS, we are going to learn very basic things. Okay, how to create a EC2 instance, how to build any application on top of it. What are the basic about networking in that VPC, security group, and all those things. Yeah, we are not going to deep dive into AWS because again, the AWS is also kind of a 50 to 60 hours of class. Yeah, which will cover everything of AWS. But here we will cover what is needed for our DevOps class.
So, what is the difference between data engineering and AWS DevOps? So, which is the better?
What is the difference between
Data engineering and DevOps.
data engineers? Okay, so
Yeah.
see, data engineers are very particularly working on data, let's say pipelines, data analysis, yeah, data visualization, data uh, normalization, and use tools which are very much particular to do some sort of analytics on top of the whatever the data you have, yeah, and whatever the tools. On the other hand, DevOps is a pretty, I would say, generalized way of utilizing the different tools, which will help you to build a complete ecosystem. Yeah, DevOps, data pipeline or data engineering is just subset of what we are doing as a kind of a complete DevOps chain. So it is subset of it, but it is a specialized subset where you are only focusing on building pipelines for data, extracting analytics from that particular historical data, using different tools like elastic MapReduce, yeah, some sort of a glue, data crawler, all those things. Doing using some features of feature engineering, working with supervised, unsupervised data, all those things.
So, which is the better? So, like DevOps is better or data is better? Like,
Uh, Again, it depends upon what is your inclination. As I told you, DevOps is more of a generalized. If you want to do a specialization, you can move to data. But again, you need to have an understanding of the different DevOps tools, how it works. Yeah. So if you know DevOps, then data engineering will you will be able to focus only on the data engineering aspect only rather than focusing on the DevOps tools, setting up the pipeline, all those things. Yeah. So it's a subset of it. Again, depends on your skill set, what you want to do. There's no better
okay.
or right or wrong here.
So are we starting practical sessions from tomorrow itself, like creating of AWS account and all those things?
We will do that. Yeah, we will do create AWS account first for our usage. We'll create a free tier account, utilize that for our practical and all those things.
Okay, so like, are we starting it from tomorrow itself?
We should be, but yeah, again depends. Yeah.
Okay.
After completing of this, can we apply for the AWS certificate? Is it like, can we clear out that exam, or how do you rate about this?
So as I told you, this is not a AWS class. Yeah, it is not about AWS. Yeah, it is, if you want to appear for any exam for AWS, then you should go for a focused approach of learning the AWS cloud. Yeah, but in that class, you will learn all the basic services like compute storage, networking, application, serverless, and all those things which are needed for you to actually clear your exam. Okay, but this course is not targeted towards certification of AWS. It is more for DevOps. Yeah, and when we are using the DevOps tool, we need to have some certain infrastructure, and that's why we are going to use AWS for it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Does DevOps have any certification, global certification?
So the certification are very limited to certain technology. For example, you can have certain certification for Jenkins. You can have a certification of Kubernetes. You can have a certification for Ansible. Yeah.
Okay.
So one certificate will not cover everything because these are the different tools from different vendors, all those things. So they have their own individual certification. You'll not have any one certification which will certify you that you know DevOps.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? If not, I think then we can end for today. Yeah. Means if those who have not filled the form can generally they can fill the form. That will help us to actually evaluate what your interest is, how do you want to take it further, yeah, and give us a feedback as well. Okay. So those who have
Last
not filled the
question.
form,
Okay,
fill.
last question.
Huh. Go ahead. Uh, any other question?
Sir, is there enter into DevOps? I think it is advanced course. I think so, sir. This if you are entering into DevOps, see we have to understand the ETL part and the data analyst and data structures, and after that only you have to enter in
No,
DevOps.
no, no. No, we don't need to understand ETL, data structure, and all this thing for DevOps. Not needed.
Okay, what will be the timing of this, and complete week or any specific days are there?
So we are trying to complete at least 5 to 6 hours a week. Yeah. So someday we might just go for 1.5 hour. Yeah. Maybe more than that or little less than that. Again, it depends the topic which I'm trying to continue to teach you and have a continuity in that topic. I cannot stop any topic abruptly so that we don't understand the complete that concept in that particular class. So then we can extend for 1.5 hours as well. But
Got it.
generally we try to have at least 6 hours in a week. More than that, yeah. I mean, it generally spills over. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, got it. Just want to know the in the day, like at what time? Because as we are working on any of the like I'm working somewhere, so just I want to skill up myself. So I'm just looking for it. So this is I just want to know the exact timing, whether it
Okay.
may be
For that,
two.
you can reach out to the admin team. They will definitely help you with the timings. Yeah, whatever is your preferred, yeah, timing. You just let them know, and then we can adjust it accordingly.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
sir,
If we don't,
sorry, question wanted to where this Kubernetes fits, sir.
pardon? Can you?
Yeah, where this Kubernetes fits in this DevOps. Which
Kubernetes is used for orchestrating your container application, container workload. So it will fall under the deploy.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anybody? Otherwise, we can end the class.
Sir, last question, who will be the instructor? Like the person who is working or like experience? Just wanted to know.
Who?
Who will be the instructor? Who will be teaching us? Like
Yeah,
any.
I will teach you. I will teach you. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I have taught almost maybe 10,000 students on AWS, Azure, DevOps. Yeah. So I will be your teacher.
Okay. you have practically work somewhere.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, one
Since
last question, sir. Sir, is there basic experience for joining in this course, sir? If you don't have any experience in that, any 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience from my ETL or any background, any developer side, and we don't have any experience at all. So we have to join in this means it's okay for this. Any freshers? Is it required?
So yeah, so we structure our class in a such a way that we start with basic things, yeah, and then we build on that knowledge. So for example, I will also teach you what is Linux, what are Linux operating system, what is the file system in Linux, what are the different commands, yeah. So what we are going to do is to actually pace out the class based upon your understanding. If somebody is very new, he does not know anything, we will try to actually explain those concepts, yeah, and then move on
Yeah.
top of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah, but basic we know that, sir, but we don't have a much more experience in that. So that
That's
we entered in that means, see, we have a basic 1 year to 1.5 years experience are there, but developer side. But after that, we have entered, no, there is no knowledge of data structure and data engineering background. So it's
my
okay, sir.
friend. I'm not sure why you are again and again using data structure and all those things. Means data engineering is part of DevOps, yeah, but then it is not the prerequisite for DevOps. Okay, so don't worry. I'm not going to teach you any data structure in this class. Okay, be sure about it. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. If we don't have any questions, we can end today's session. Yes. No. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you
No
very
question
much.
for
Okay,
now,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Thank you. Hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Take care,
sir.
guys.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Thank you. Bye.